Hey, it's Alan from Host Digital. In this video, I'd like to introduce you to a methodology that helps you to predictably increase website conversion rates. If your website powers your business, then chances are that maximizing website conversion rates is the fastest route to e-commerce success. What would a 10, 20, even 100% uplift in conversion rates mean to your business? I call this the conversion framework. Let's dive in. All right, so enough talking, let's get to it. This is the conversion framework that I'd like to introduce you to. It's a 3-step process. It's locate, triangulate, monetate. Without further ado, you want to start off with any robust optimization program of any website by locating the problem. So you want to understand exactly where are the bottlenecks, where are the points of attrition, but also where are the conversion opportunities on your website. Be it the home page, the product list page, your shopping cart, your checkout, exactly where should you be spending the bulk of your time. So the first thing to do is actually look at it at a site-wide perspective and understand the size of the prize. This is an impact analysis we did for an existing client, and we started to understand, okay, you know what, if we've got a 10% uplift on what we're currently getting from our visitor to customer conversion rates, what would that mean to the business? And in this case, it was £175,000 additional every single month, or over $500,000 over the course of 3 months. So for them, it was 2.1 million every single year in additional revenue just by getting a 10% uplift from their site-wide conversion rate. So that can start to kind of contextualize and frame the size of the prize, if you like. Second thing with locate is to start with your clickstream data, which is obviously Google Analytics in most instances, to understand website behavior of your live traffic. And often it can help to actually start to extrapolate that data out of Google Analytics and bring it into a dashboard like this one, because a lot of people struggle with getting the salient data, the actionable insights out of GA, Google Analytics. So starting to pull data out of the API and visualize it in a way like this that's more meaningful can be really, really impactful. But the key here with all of the locate activities is to really start to segment and slice and dice your data. Don't look at it at aggregate or average, but start to understand mobile versus desktop, Google versus Facebook, landing page A versus landing page B, etc., etc. So that's locate. Then once you've located the areas of opportunity where you're going to spend the bulk of your time on optimizing your website, you're going to start to triangulate the problem. When we say triangulate, we're saying, what is the nature of the change we're going to make to this page, that page, or the other page? So by triangulating different data sources, you can start to understand, okay, you know what? We've got a hypothesis here about what the message should be, the information architecture should be, the new content should be, the new image should be, the new layout should be, whatever it is on your website. Triangulating is giving you that data, that information to inform the nature of that change. So what do we mean by data source or data input? Well, first of all, heuristic evaluation is a way to start to review the website from a usability perspective, and we can start to understand from an expert perspective where the website might be contributing certain principles. So that's low-hanging fruit. Second up, obviously, a lot of websites these days are now using tools like Hotjar, SessionCam, ClickTail, etc. to record videos of live traffic visitors on your website. So you can start to play back videos of people using your site and understand how they're performing and what they're doing, and start to understand a little bit more about the voice of customer data. Third up, heat maps does exactly what it says on the tin. Fourth, surveys. 2 ways of doing this. Launching a survey on your website, maybe you want to understand something specifically about a specific page, such as this question here. But the second way of launching a survey is actually to email your database and start to ask them some questions. So you're getting voice of customer feedback from your customers. So 2 ways to run surveys. And finally, last but not least, user testing. I find this is the most insight-rich activity you can do in terms of user research. You're actually recruiting people who are representative of your target market. You're asking them a series of tasks and scenarios. You're getting them to use your website, and you're actually getting them to speak aloud their thoughts as they're using your website. So the output of a user test is a video, usually 5, 10, 15 videos to my inbox or your inbox if you like, which will enable you to review and understand stream of consciousness thoughts as people are using your website based on tasks that you set them. So that is the triangulate step. So you've pinpointed your problem, locate. You've triangulated the nature of the change, triangulate. Now it's time to monetate the changes, and you're going to do that by designing the new homepage, the new shopping cart, or whatever it is that you're going to be designing. So oftentimes you're going to start with a wireframe output, so a simple schematic, black and white layout. Just understand exactly the nature of the change, but without really going into too much detail. Then you might work it up into a polished design, something like this, so we really know what it's going to look like in the final version. And then you've got two options, right? You can either launch it into the wild. So I call this just do it, right? So it's 100% server-side change on your website. Just flip the design to your developers and get them to make that change because you already know it's going to move the needle in the right direction. Or alternatively, you can run an A/B test. So it's a 50-50 split between your existing traffic, your existing variation and your new variation, and you start to understand empirically where have we moved the needle. You can quantify it: 15% uplift, 25% uplift, 45% uplift, whatever it might be. So there you have it, a three-phase framework for maximizing website conversion rates. I hope that was useful to you. If you've got any questions at all, or you'd like to get in touch, my contact details are right below this video. This is Alan from Host Digital, signing out.